Thank you, Alexis. Well, more and more people in the U.S. are becoming more socially conscious, which means the gap between doing good and doing well is now narrowing. So that has us wondering, is your financial advisor on board with your financial goals? Laura Wells McKnight is here with us to help take a closer look at that topic right there. So what exactly is the difference between doing good and doing not bad with our financial goals?
Well, as you said, that gap is narrowing. So a lot of people are looking for a financial advisor that understands their charitable motivations. So more than 95% of people in America give to charity, and financial advisors are beginning to recognize, gosh, if I want to really do a good job for my clients, I need to connect the dots between doing good and doing well, meaning they may want to look at stocks that aren't just, not bad stocks or not sin stocks, but actually invest in companies that treat their employees well, that are looking at environmental concerns, that are looking at a way to view the bottom line that goes beyond making profit.
Do you ever find that there's a conflict there between making the most profit possible for your clients and trying to invest in these stocks, which are, as you said, maybe not sin stocks?
Right. I think a lot of financial advisors, I'm not a financial advisor, but a lot of financial advisors struggled with that, but it's becoming easier to connect the dots because social consciousness is increasing. So, a really great example of that is all of the tools, the philanthropy tools that are now available.
Right.
So a lot of financial advisors are suggesting to their clients, hey, you can be really tax savvy and meet your financial goals if you set up things like a charitable remainder trust or a donor advised fund or a bequest for charity in your estate plan. Those things actually do financially well as giving back to charity. So you can do both at the same time.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So you're saying that making money and being philanthropic are now becoming sort of the same thing.
Much closer together. And that's thanks to a lot of very innovative tools on the marketplace that are now becoming mainstream. And financial advisors need to be aware of these tools. And people need to ask their financial advisors, hey, what kind of tools do you offer?
And does your advisor necessarily understand that being a little more human can actually bring success to your bottom line?
Very well said. That's a great question. Yeah, being a little more human actually does result in more success. It's very well documented that these emotional connections now are so critical to overall health, whether that's financial health, career health, any kind of well-being is very connected to that emotional state. So financial advisors are recognizing that for their businesses, if they can make that human connection through charitable giving with their clients, with the next generation, the client is going to value their services a lot more and say, hey, I work with a financial advisor that really understands that being good to the community is part of my well-rounded life and my overall portfolio. So once again, doing good and doing well match, and a savvy financial advisor is going to understand that.
Yeah, I think you bring up a great point right there too. I think old world financial thinking would have you avoid sort of being philanthropic to an extent because the bottom line is making money. But I read a little bit in preparation for you coming in today about this, and basically if you invest in a company that's doing the right thing, that company is likely going to succeed.
Actually makes more money.
So it'll actually make more money.
It'll make more money. In fact, there's a long-term study that was done that found that companies who actually look at ideals in terms of baking into their business model, they return 4 times the S&P 500.
Wow.
So this is no longer conjecture. This is actually documented that you make more money by doing good.
Right, there's evidence behind it.
How about that?
How about that? We love it. Great stuff as always. Thank you.